This is our laboratory. You'll notice there's shelving outside of the lab for your bulky items or personal items. Please do not leave drinks on the shelves or on the floor. You must put them in your backpack. There will be sign-in and sign-out sheets posted on the window. For this equipment, the Instrons, only one student is allowed at a time. Limit your work to an hour so that others may have a chance as well. The sign-in sheets are going to tell you when the person who's testing started so that you can estimate when it might become available. Tension testing should not take the full hour. You'll also notice that face shields are required to enter this space. This is in addition to the required eye protection, safety glasses, and the mask. As we all know, let's go ahead and use the sanitizer as we come out. So sanitize in, use it as you leave, sanitize out. So we'll just kind of keep that in mind. Sanitize in, sanitize out. This space is unique because as we enter here, this is a laboratory and we're going to have to also wear an additional piece of PPE. You will be issued a face shield that looks like this. And during this time, I'm going to ask that you also need to be wearing your face shield. So we will all be well. For the purpose of this video, I will go ahead and wear the face shield, but take the mask off so that you can see me. This first table, as you enter the room, will always have the disinfectant, extra masks, and cleaning cloths from which we can use to disinfect our stations. Please use the hand sanitizer, and in the back of the room there is ink. So please sanitize in, sanitize out, wash your hands at the sink, use a sanitizer as much as you possibly can. We're going to go ahead and get started looking at the Instrons today. This door will need to be propped open. As you enter the room, the materials that you're going to be using are in here on the left-hand side near the door. In the corner, there are going to be tubes of materials, and these are the ones that we're going to be utilizing. We want to cut about 6 inches of In addition to that, we have copper rod. There's a tube that holds an acrylic rod. And then there's nylon strand. This is the very flexy, bendy stuff. There are wooden dowels as well. We're not using those. There are aluminum rods as well. We're not using those either. In addition, we have to use the high carbon steel. It's located in this bin. Because high carbon steel is very high strength, we have to get an incredibly thin piece to be able to test it because we have a lower capacity on our tensile testing machines. And so you'll see it's very bendy, and you'll be able to cut a section from these. You will be assigned to do a composite fiber, and so they're located in these 2 different envelopes. We have an X-axis and a Y-axis vulcanized paper. They're labeled, so when you open these and you select a sample, please keep them straight because it would be very easy to test this one having mixed it up with the Y-axis. Okay, so they are correct in the envelopes as of the beginning of the semester. Okay, so that's it. Why don't you come on in and I will introduce the machine and equipment to you. So in order to cut a sample, we're going to want maybe 6 inches, not much more than 30 centimeters.
So you're going to want to use these particular pliers over here. They're pretty heavy duty. You have to open them up wide enough and cut your sample. Okay? You'll notice that, and there's your sample. Okay. At this point, you're going to want to use the calipers. If you don't remember how to use the calipers, this is where you're going to learn. This goes to the 1/1000th of an inch, and so you can estimate up to 10/1000ths of an inch, and you're going to need to measure the dimensions of your particular specimen. The first one is set up for 3-point bend. The second one on the left is set up for tensile testing. Because of the cramped quarters in this laboratory, we will have one student allowed in this lab at a time. So in order to do that, this distance between the two heads must be set at the proper distance, which is 2 inches. We have that pre-recorded into here, and we can go ahead and press return. These are the gauges that control where it's at. You can jog up or jog down to move the head, and the equipment moves up or down. And this is the coarse control, all right? And you can also use the fine control by scrolling the wheel. Once you're done with the test, your particular equipment will be, the jaws will be spread apart, and you'll want to press the return button, and it has already gone back to and decided where the reset button is. One thing to note, you don't ever want these to press against each other. Therefore, we have this stop system where the yellow stop gauges will keep it from coming together. In order to tear the location, if there's some load on the system, as it's showing here at 11 pounds, you can push the left-hand side to say, you know, we're going to use the menu now, and you can reset the gauge, balance the load. You will notice that after we start working on this, these readings are live, as are the readings over on the computer. They should be the same.